Hey guys, it's XT40 Lou here in the RC Garage. So I kind of want to share a little something with you guys. One of the things I wanted to be able to do with the B36 from WPL was to tow this trailer. So here's the scoop. I was never really happy with the way this Weena worked. Although the body, the metal body, the cab, the bucket, a lot of great things on it, but it was horrible engineering as far as the chassis and the no axles and the drivetrain, no front wheel drive. It was a 4x4. It was actually a 4x6 would be the category, but it's a terrible design but a fantastic body, which is kind of something that's been happening in the 114, unless you get into the real high-end stuff, the 114 116s from like WPL. Most of us know that we buy it for the body because we love the look, and then we wind up having to upgrade just about everything underneath. Unfortunately, I wish they made something middle of the road, but what you're kind of winding up with is either a really cheap WPL or a really expensive HG, or even a more expensive Cross RC. And then so with the WPLs, most of us buy those, but then we always wind up having to sink money into them with a lot of the chassis parts and electronics, but the bodies are fantastic. So anyway, I did not want to sink money into my Weena. This one was the 1582, which is a step up over the 1583, but still servo, you name it, everything was like not good on it. Drivetrain, terrible chassis. The only thing really that I found was really nice was the bucket. Very well made, very nice, and the cab. So I took it apart and I said, I'm not going to sink money into it. I seen some videos that gave me an idea. I seen some videos where they're actually towing the bucket. So you have like a double. You have your main one, and then you have your bucket that you tow. So I seen that in some of the videos. RC, I think, is one of the channels where you see a lot of that kind of stuff on there. Great channel. I love to sit down and watch an hour of it all the time. So what I decided to do is just give this a try. So I took out the gears so that the wheels are free-wheeling. So there's nothing to bind them. I cut the whole front cab off and left little part of it like where the wheel well was, because that's going to have, now it's not completely done, because if all this works the way I'm hoping it will, and so that's where the wheels are going to go, the spare tires. See? Okay, so I still have to make the actual hitch part that's going to attach to the B36. But one of the things I found is playing around with the electronics is that on the B36, you have this line here where on the trailer, you connect to the trailer, and it allows the two ramps to go up and down. So I decided to see if that would work on this, and it does. So basically, you're going to be able to raise and lower, and it's just connected to the B36. So now I just have to make the neck, the gooseneck. I could even do just a trailer hitch and pull it, and I believe it'll be strong enough, because I've seen this thing pull the trailer and hang long tanks on it. So I believe it'll be strong enough to pull this. And it's really freewheeling by just removing the gears, disconnecting the motor. Now, I didn't take everything out. I just left it in there in case, you know. So the motor's still in there. Wires are all still in there. But I took the wire that lead that goes to the motor and I made a little connector. And I connected it to the WPL to see if it would work. And it does. So that's the plan. Now that I know it does work and I've got that operating now. So I've got my up, my down, and then also I'll be able to, what's nice about this third channel, that you can use it for a lot of other projects too. Maybe you want to connect it to a trailer, make a little trailer for it, a different type of trailer, or you want to tow something different, or you want to use a different gooseneck type trailer. Whatever the case, you have this little extra connector that has power, that can power whatever it is that you want to use it with. And so all I wanted to do was to make sure that the up and down feature worked fine. And then another thing I did is the original wire, okay, which is this one. What I did is on the circuit board, I still kept the circuit board all under here. Let me kind of show it to you guys. So I got all my wires and everything hooked up in here, see? So let's say I want to use it. Hang on, let me see. Sorry, guys. So I made this little connector here for the old one. Okay. So now let's say I want to use it with a different truck. I can unplug it here, plug it into the circuit board, and then use the original transmitter with a battery. And that means that I can power the bucket with any other type vehicles that I want to use it with. So if I want to use a different one to tow it, once I make this, if I want to use a different vehicle to tow it, I can just use a battery, you know, plug a little battery pack in here. I've still got the original receiver in there, and it all's plugged in. I left everything because one of the things I noticed is that the turn signals, the stop lights and everything still work if I keep this original board, and I can operate it off of that. So I have the option to do both. Disconnect it from here and use it with just the battery and another vehicle just to tow it. Or I can just plug in directly to the B36. Anyway, now that I know that all this works and all the wiring is done and everything's hooked up, all this is done. So see, they're all freewheeling now. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there again and take out the gears on both sides, so that I'm hoping that each wheel will spin independently. I'm not sure, because all I did was remove one of the gears that was connected to the motor, was being powered by the motor. But I think if I remove all the gears, it may be, each wheel may be independent, which is better for when you're trying to pull and turn. You want those wheels to rotate independently, but we'll see. That's further on. I just wanted to drop this to let some of you guys know that if you want to do a separate attachment, mainly is the base of the video, is all you got to do is make a little connector and wire, and this is another power source for whatever you want to do. So in my case, that's what I wanted, was to be able to, I didn't want to 86 it, and I didn't want to spend any money on it. But eventually what I'm probably going to do is buy a nice heavy duty tow trailer. I mean, dump truck, a good quality one. And then have this as the tow one, the one that I tow, you know, so it'll be like a double dump truck. But yeah, I'm super stoked that worked out really well. So now my trailer's done. So now I'm gonna take it back apart and I am going to start painting it military colors, because I think for the most part, I'll be towing it with the B36. I think I'm gonna make a gooseneck that's gonna go into here and pull this. And so it'll be military colors. Probably a camouflage also. Anyway, guys, XD40 Lou signing out. Sorry for the length of the video, but I hope it helps some of you guys, especially the newbies who are, I'm really weak on electronics. So I'm kind of having to learn a lot of it on my own and through videos. And so, yeah, I just thought I'd share it in case anybody wants to do something like this, where they want a dump truck, but their Winas aren't very good. You know, I've seen a lot of guys take the Wina dump truck and cab and put it on a WPL chassis. But I didn't want to do that, because then you got to buy a WPL chassis, another truck. And then you got to do all these modifications. So this was really simple and free. A free mod. Just cut the front end off, take the gears out, and do the little wiring, piece of cake, put all your electronics in the old battery box, and you're good to go. You got a dump truck. Anyway, XD40 Lou signing out.